105.4, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ, or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Radio, Virginia Satellite. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Magandang umaga po for those in the Philippines. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Brother Andrew Wynn from the High Point Local Congregation in North Carolina. We're so happy to be here. Our topic is teaching across the ocean. We will discuss the requirements to teach in the United States, the advantages, coping with teaching in the United States, the differences between the schools outside and inside the United States, and much more. We deeply appreciate our teachers and what they do for our students. We'd like to first introduce our first guest, Sister Leslie Sario. Sister Leslie.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. So I am Sister Leslie Sario from the local congregation of High Point, North Carolina. So I would like to greet our resident minister, Brother Alvin Apalacio, and to all the brethren and to our viewers across the world.
And Sister Leslie, what is your doctorate in?
Oh, so I have conferred a degree, Doctor of Education, major in Literature and Language Education in Manila, Philippines, Far Eastern University, Manila.
And our other guest is Sister Amy Ityao. Now, Sister Amy got to speak to Classroom Central to over 600 people at a philanthropy breakfast. Please tell us about that, Sister Amy, and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Brother Andrew. Hello, Sister Leslie. And hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone who's watching us. I'm Sister Amy Itao, and I'm from Charlotte, local congregation of Charlotte, North Carolina. And yes, Brother Andrew, I was given a chance to be a testimonial speaker in one of the philanthropy breakfast of one of the nonprofit organizations here in Charlotte. And it was such a privilege to be in that event.
Now, Sister Amy, I'm going to ask a couple questions for our YouTube chatters to chime into. And then after I ask those questions, I'd like you to share with us some of those greetings. Our first question for our discussion online on the web through YouTube is, do you know any teachers born outside the United States now teaching in the United States? What are the differences between schools in the United States and schools outside the United States? And if Sister Amy, you could read some of what's been chimed in already by some of our participants.
Yes, we have a lot of engagement today, Brother Andrew. We have Sister Christian May Castello saying, hello, everyone from Raleigh, North Carolina. We also have Diana Sanaco. Yesterday was our last day in school po, Raleigh. Woohoo! We know how it feels, sister. We also have from Sister Lydia. I would like to greet our beloved worker, Brother Isaiah, and wife from Huntsville local congregation. And we have Sister Tess from Huntsville. Happy Saturday po, even though it's rainy for us here. Sister Marie Dillon from Macon. Greetings po to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. We love you po. So far, those are the ones we have in our chat room, Brother Andrew.
That's excellent. Now, I'd like to ask Sister Leslie a question. I'd like to ask you, Sister Leslie, to detail the educational, work experience, and visa requirements for a citizen of another country to have the opportunity to teach here in the United States, provided they have the passion.
Yeah, good afternoon once again. So if you are to ask me, so if you are a full-fledged professional teacher, like you have a lot of teaching experiences and you have additional credentials and you must be presently or currently teaching, so this is the best time for you to apply in U.S. schools. So there are states also who offer good or extra stipend for credentials. So if you will be applying as a J1 visa holder, so it's the equivalent to cultural exchange program, a minimum of 3 years that you will be teaching here and a maximum of 5 years. And you will be subject for E212 rule. So what is that E212 rule? So after you have finished your program, so you have to go back to your country and share what you have learned for 2 years. So I have here my portfolio. So this portfolio, so I have compiled everything here. So you must have your credentials, all your credentials from your bachelor's degree. If you have master's or doctorate degree, you can also have them compiled in one because you will really need it for that applications, and of course all your certificate of employment, all those years of teachings that you have. So I think this time will not be enough, but make sure that your passport is also or your passport is new. So if it's already expired, you have to renew your passport. So you can also message me if you have other questions. I think Sister Amy can provide you other information.
Well, Sister Leslie, yes, you're right. You're very organized. I can see your portfolio. But one of the requirements during my time, I was a J1 visa myself, long time ago. But one of the requirements was driver's license. Yes, there are some states that really require driver's license. At least you're driving for 2 years before you can apply. If you don't have driver's license, they will tell you you can apply after 2 years. Yes, that's one of the requirements for North Carolina, though. I'm not sure with the others, but during my time, that's one of the requirements. Did you have the same requirement, Sister Leslie?
Yeah, we have
Mhm.
to. So different visa sponsors, like, I'm not sponsoring them, but EPI, like Faces and other visa sponsors, they also have that kind of requirements.
Now, Sister Leslie, I was curious why a citizen from outside the United States would want to travel so far and go through some of these challenges to teach in the United States.
Well, absolutely, we cannot deny the fact that, of course, it's the land of opportunity, and you want to extend the horizon of your teaching experiences, and it's really a dream. So it is like hitting two birds, multiple birds in one stone. What do I mean by that? As a global teacher, you can also help your family. What else? Improve your credentials. This is an additional credentials for everyone. So you will be able to bring this across the world. So if you want to experience not just only in the US, so you have this, you will be considered as one of the best assets if you also have experience internationally. And teaching experiences that could bring you a lot of new strategies and current educational trainings. You can also use that as an experience here in the US.
Now, I wanted to let everybody know there's a lot of great information so far from Sister Leslie and Sister Amy that has been discussed. We can replay this broadcast later if we need to take notes or share it with other people. Now, I'd like to read something from the chat. Brother Jeffrey Mulatto, he says, shout out to all dedicated teachers and active and any retired teachers also. So I'd like to express all our love and appreciation for all the teachers. And I'd like to ask another question. 1 second, bear with me for just a second. Discuss some of the ways citizens from outside the United States can cope with being separated from their families while they're teaching in the United States. Sister Leslie?
Okay. So when it comes to the different coping mechanisms, of course, our best friend when it comes to that is the advanced technology. Of course, if you are away from your family or if you are with them, of course, being away, you can use FaceTime, video calls, and you still have different access to advanced technology to communicate with your family and friends. So what about you, Sister Amy? you have something to share when it comes to some of this coping mechanism.
Yes, we all feel the sadness when we go to, well, any other, any other careers. When you go to another place, you always feel, that culture shock, sadness. But mine, aside from what you've mentioned about technology, for me, you have to build your community, whether it's in school, whether it's a professional community, whether it's like circle of friends. And what helped me, I was in Fayetteville when I first started. What helped me was, I built my community in the church. So they were the ones who give me emotional support, guidance, and like sometimes we have to make decisions. They're the ones who's giving me advice of what to do next. So it's very important that you find a like you build your own community so you can survive. Yes. Any
Yes,
any
I
yeah, any
have to agree with that, Sister Amy.
yeah.
Even me, despite of the different time zone, we always have the time for devotional prayers. So whether I'm here in the US and they are in the Philippines, we always prioritize these devotional prayers. And that is the best coping mechanism for me.
Thank you,
Sister,
sister. Mhm.
Sister Amy, what have you seen in the chat that you'd like to share with us before you ask Sister Leslie some more questions?
Oh, okay. So Sister Marda has a question actually. Sister Marda says, what is the difference of the mannerism of most students from your country and in the US? And that's a very good segue for our next question. So to answer your question, Sister Marda, and to also ask a question to Sister Leslie, the next question is discuss, enumerate the surprising differences that you see between the two schools where you came from and the United States, your school here in the United States now. What are the surprising differences you found out, Sister Leslie?
Yeah, that is a very challenging question. So if I will to categorize the themes of the surprising differences, let's start with the first theme, which is the physical facilities. Of course, the technology. All students here in the US, I think, they are provided with their personal laptops, or how do you call this one, Chromebooks. So here in Virginia, where I teach high school, they have their Chromebook or their mini laptops. And aside from that, if they forgot that laptop, we also have Chromebooks, Chromebook cart, maybe 25 Chromebooks for them. So imagine that they have all the access to the equipment. So they have their textbooks, educational tech materials, and all. Even as teachers, we have this individual printers, laptop, and touch board inside the classroom. So it's really one of the surprising differences. And aside from that, free food, like free lunch and breakfast. So it's free. So outside the US, of course, it's really a dream for my beloved country, Philippines, that they also, I want them also to experience that, because I believe in the, that the students in the Philippines are very smart. What more if they will be provided with this kind of privilege? Okay, so those are some of the surprising differences that I can share. I know, Sister Ivy, you can also share some of it.
Mhm. Yes, I can agree to that one. They recognize that we don't have to spend for classroom supplies, for classroom materials. We have our printers, they provide the laptops, they provide desktops, they provide Chromebooks for students. So everything is provided. But one big difference that I've seen is the culture. How here in the United States, I have to win the trust of the students. I have to work it out. I have
Yeah,
to build relationships with them before I can win their trust. In the Philippines, it's given. When you're a teacher, the community looks at you like very, professional, really professional. But in here, you really have to, earn their trust and respect to you, and it can be earned too. So that's one difference, and that's one big challenge as well that I've faced when I was starting as a teacher here in the United States. Do you agree,
Yes,
Sister Leslie?
yeah, Sister Amy, I super agree with that. So I have here po one of the strategies actually that I also experience, or before the strategies, of course, handling students. So you have to brace yourself with the students, especially I am teaching high school. So there was really a culture shock at first. The first few months, as if I want to go back in my home country. I don't want to teach here, something like that. But of course, with the God's strength that He gave me all of the time, I can say that I can cope up with the students. One of the challenges is, of course, is to teach. I'm teaching ELA. So during writing, so this is one of the big differences as well, or big difference. So writing, for example, an essay, it is taught for 3 weeks in high school. But in the Philippines, you can teach that for 2 days. So I have to deal with the students for 3 weeks. And I made a monitoring chart. So I have this monitoring chart to track the progress of my students as one of the strategies, of course, to help them write their essay. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's one way to encourage them. Green means they complete the introduction part. Yellow means it's still incomplete. Of course, it's one way to motivate them. And teaching exposure is only 10 minutes. After that, if it will exceed, nobody will listen to you. So 10 minutes will be the teach time or the exposure.
Yeah.
So I have so many things to share. I know we have limited time. So
Mm-hmm.
next,
Yes, Sister Leslie, I agree with you. There's a lot of tracker. Then you have to consider, you have to learn how to navigate your teaching styles when you are facing this, students. I have another question for you, Sister Leslie. Explain what you enjoy about teaching here in the United States. What are the some things that you enjoy teaching students here?
is of course I enjoy the great access in teaching. This is really enjoyable for me, like free access to use the educational resources. Of course, this technology will help the teaching to execute smoothly, and of course, the professional development as well, because we are free to choose whatever we want to explore that will help our teaching to improve.
Sister Leslie and Sister Amy, I love this discussion, but it's now time for our greeting. So, Sister Leslie, if you can greet anyone you would like to greet, whether they be in the Philippines, the United States, or anywhere in the world.
Oh, all right. So I would like to give a shout out to my family in the Philippines, Maglalang and Sario family, to my sister Leanne Maglalang Batas from local congregation of Yunlin District of Taiwan South, and to all the brethren in local congregation of Antipolo and Teresa Rizal, District of Rizal and District of Rizal East, and to the local congregation of Taguig City, and of course to all my family and friends, and most especially to all the viewers who are here, to all the teachers. Um, I'm very happy that I am now one of your guests again, and I'm still willing to share more of this. I know this is not enough for us to talk about this, but I'm very much willing to share some of this to help other aspiring teachers here in the Philippines to teach here in the US.
I really enjoy this discussion. I really think we need a part two, but right now it's time for CFO in action. Who you take it
CFO
away?
in action.
Now, this Monday, that's Memorial Day, that's May 26th, just west of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, in beautiful Bermuda Run, we're going to have unity games with pickleball, volleyball, basketball, and games for the children. Also, there's going to be delicious food. Please join us there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, on June 14th at 4 p.m., in the High Point Chapel compound. We're going to have a safety seminar put on by the Society of Communicators and Networkers. So please join us for that. Now, I would like Sister Amy, if you could extend any greetings you have, also read from the chat, and also if you could do the hashtag challenge.
Yes, so I would like to greet my family, Brother Marco, Brother Lee, and Sister Megan, and of course, our local congregation of Charlotte. Hello po. Thank you always for tuning in. From our live chat, we have Sister Hazel. Greetings from the local congregation of Jacksonville. We hope to see everyone in this weekend's activity po. Yes, Sister Marina Layug says, greetings to local congregation of Charlotte. And we have Sister Renalyn Rodriguez, such an interesting subject, Jacksonville, hashtag Jacksonville. So for this time po, Kuya Tek, can you please show our hashtag challenge winners? This is one of those most awaited segment of our show. Congratulations po to our 5th place, North Atlanta, Georgia. We have 4th place, Huntsville, Alabama. For our 3rd place, we have Macon, Georgia. Yay! 2nd place, Charlotte, North Carolina. Yay! And 1st place, Raleigh, North Carolina. Congratulations, all the winners.
That's excellent. And Sister Amy, do you see anything else on the chat that you'd like to share with us?
So we have Sister Anna. Hello po. Hi po, Ka Marco and Brother June and Cheta. We have Sister Gina saying shout out and special greetings to all our teachers. Yes, we just actually finished our Teacher Appreciation Week last week. So yes, shout out to all the teachers out there. Thank you for everything that you do, for everything that we do. We have Ako si Akong, that's Brother Marco. Congratulations, Raleigh. We have Gianna West just saying shout out to everybody. And I think that's it po, Brother Andrew.
Well, I see Brother Eddie Zacharias all the way down from South Atlanta saying see you all in the UG, which stands for Unity Games. And I understand there's going to be some really delicious food there. So I hope everybody goes. But please allow extra time when you drive and make sure that you check everything about your vehicle before you go. We're looking forward to hosting the Unity Games because we in High Point are very close to where it's going to be held. And we look forward to welcoming everybody. And it's going to be a great time and a lot of excitement. I would like to greet my lovely wife, Sister Minda. I would like to greet Brother Marco, your husband, Sister Amy. I'd like to greet Sister Leslie's family in the Philippines. I'd like to greet Brother June Anchetta, Sister Lucy's better half. I'd like to greet Brother Harold and Sister Lorraine. Sister Lorraine has an activity today, but we'll see her again next week. I'd like to greet everybody in our entire district, but so much for our beloved listeners who are here week after week, chiming in enthusiastically in our chat, making sure that we're on top of everything in our district. We have so much fun and so much joy in our district. Sister Anna Blast says, hello, Paul, Brother Andrew Taaka and beautiful wife, Sister Alana. Brother Andrew Taaka and his charming wife and his sons are a lot of fun and a joy to have in our district. And we're so excited by everybody in our district and everybody in our chat. Sister Hazel Marquez says, we love you, INCRadio, Virginia. Sister Renalyn Rodriguez says, teaching looks like a very rewarding career. So I really hope that everybody will be there at the Unity Games this Monday. Now, we'd like to extend some thank yous. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you very much to our beloved SEBC CEO and President, Brother Angelo Aranio Manalo. Thank you so much for our hardworking station manager, Brother Wally Tarai. Thank you very much to our hardworking executive producer, Brother Manly Andaya. Thank you ever so much to our district supervising minister, Brother Stephen Inocencio Jr. Paul. And thank you very much to our CFO advisor, Brother Melvin Bangoan. And thank you very much to our district multimedia advisor, Brother Denzel Malapit. And thank you to all the other ministers, workers of our district, and to all the listeners today. We hope to see you next week on INCRadio Virginia. Thank you very much. Everybody have a great day.